Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Y'all remember that show, Welcome Back, Carter? I think that was kind of funny. All right. Sorry. All right. So I am here at the dinner table and we've been sitting out here having our tea and journaling. And I wanted to share with you my first attempt at this book that I got from Happy Planner that says breathe in gratitude, exhale praise. And I told y'all that I would keep this book here at my dinner table, and it's working. The first thing I'm going to share with y'all is I put here one meal at a time, one moment at a time, not one day at a time, nothing like that, but just looking at things in the immediate moment, not worrying about, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat for dinner? Or, oh my gosh, I got all of this that I got to do, and let me hurry up and do it. I got the vacuum cleaner over here beside me. I've got trash that needs to go downstairs. So there's all these things that I need to do because for those of you who don't know, Friday is the day I do the most. It is a day that I have the most to do. It's my heaviest workload. It's also like spa day where I take care of myself. You might want to call it a reset. It's just me taking care of everything at the end of the week because on Saturday and Sunday, it is nothing day. Some people have what they call like a Sunday reset, but I guess for me, mine would be Friday reset. I'm not sure if that's the right word or not, but it's like, the week is over, so we're gathering up everything and we're doing the things to start Monday free and clear. So, and as far as food is concerned, it's one meal at a time, one moment at a time. One moment at a time is for everything. And I changed the way I wrote this, or how I'm going to say it. And stop beating yourself up. Start picking yourself up. So we're doing stop and start. That is going to be my mantra, if you will. Stop beating yourself up. Start picking yourself up. And I want to write it. I want to write it every single day. And right here is going to be prayer page. So I'm going to write prayer. And we'll just do that like that. Okay, so that is just going to be prayer. I was going to say I could put some stickers or something on here, but this is not a book that's really for decoration. So I'm grateful. And then I'll just put a prayer here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to write here yet, but I'm going to put something there. Okay, here was day one. And like I said, this is nothing fancy. This is mid-April, week one. And I put weekly gratitude. This week's gratitude is about accountability, motivation, and peace. And it says this week has been a real learning experience for me. The Lord dealing with me about doing what needs to be done, making things happen. I had no peace about it. I felt so hopeless. I had given up on myself. God gave me what I needed to do what to do it, to make it happen without running to drugs and illness. So I feel delivered. And it says here, affirmations for the week. Jesus is my strength through it. I will let Jesus continue this thing. No, I will let Jesus control this thing. Jesus says, I'm not a hopeless case. And then right here, it says, things I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to my obedience to the Lord, my empowerment from the Lord, my motivation from the Lord, and just doing it. And then here I put in reflections, and I put, it is so horrible to feel and believe that you are a hopeless case. And those of you who don't know, hopeless case used to be a nickname that I had from someone who was very close to me. And as a child, I mean, like in elementary school, I was told over and over I was a hopeless case. And it just became like an everyday hopeless case, hopeless case. So that's why I used that phrase. Okay. Yet you see God blessing everyone else. And I know He can help me. And it makes me feel hopeful and helpful. Helpful as meaning I can be helped. That I can be helped. Yeah. So it's hard to imagine it happening. And then let's see here. And when I say that, y'all, please don't misunderstand me. My battles that I've dealt with in the past were always an issue. They were always a struggle, but they were easily resolved quickly, and not as much effort. Now, as an older woman with multiple, illnesses, if you want, call it that, however you want to word it. Things don't come easy, they don't come natural. I'm not running optimum, so what used to be, a little bit of a struggle or a little bit of a fight is now like an extreme fight. So that's what I mean when I say, the things that you guys are going to see me saying in here, Okay, so it says, one thing I am grateful for. And I wrote, how Jesus works with me, how He lets me know that He is in control and in my corner. And it says, what I want to achieve today: to stay faithful to my commitment to keto carnivore diet, and proving to myself that I can do it again with my setbacks, that I can make a comeback with all that is against me. I can still make some kind of comeback. I may have a million setbacks, but if I can make one comeback, and I mean, and what is there's an old saying, a setback is nothing but a set up for a comeback. And that is a really great way of looking at things. A setback is nothing but a set up for a comeback. All right. That's an old saying. Okay. But it is a true saying. All right. So what I want to achieve today, and I told you that. Okay. And like I said, proving to myself. All right. How can I set myself up for success today? Prayer, counting my carbs, being very aware of what I put in my mouth, and keeping good choices on hand. One thing that made me smile was Amber's weight loss and Nisha's weight loss. Nisha is a lady that is the fiance of a guy that I am subscribed to, and his channel is his name, Jaquan Shuford. And what I like about Jaquan is that he is his positive attitude toward everything and everybody, and his routine. And he's a minimalist, and he makes time for his prayer. He makes time for gratitude and journaling. He makes time for everything. He's just, I mean, I know we see what people want us to see. I get that. But his positive attitude, it's like he's a round the way boy, right? One of those boys from around the way that grew up well raised, well mannered, respectful. Sir, please, ma'am, thank you, pardon me. I mean, he's just such a well mannered person. And he's not just like that on film. And he lives here on the East Coast with me. But my husband had met him in person, and we laughed and we talked about it, and it was so great, you know. And he is the same way in person that he is on his videos. He keeps it real, and he's like, you got to keep it real. And he's a motivational inspiration for me. And his fiance, she's short, and she was extremely heavy, and I felt so bad for her. Like, how can she feel comfortable? How can she manage, you know? And I felt so bad for her. But one thing that I noticed is that regardless of her size, or she may look uncomfortable, this girl hangs with this man, and they go places, and they do things, and they enjoy life. They wear what they want to wear, and they do what they want to do, and they do not let their size, their weight, her weight hold her back from doing anything. Some people will be like, no, I don't want to go out the house. I'm too big, or I'm afraid people might say something. This girl looks like a lady all the time. She looks classy, and she looks elegant to me all the time. And it's like, this woman's got an awesome attitude. And she just like recently started losing weight that I noticed. And she's still heavy, but man, she's lost weight, and she's so happy, but there's no change in her. She's still Nisha. She's still Nisha. And it's amazing, and it's great, and I love her spirit. And that's probably why Jaquan fell in love with her. And I'm sure that his beautiful spirit is just, wearing off on her. And it's like, look at Jesus helping his people. Look at Jesus helping us with our problems, because nobody wants to be obese. Nobody wants to be a glutton. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to feel good in their skin as much as they possibly can. And it just made me smile to see Nisha's weight loss. And I don't think she's shooting up anything. And I definitely don't think that she had any surgery. And I'm definitely not knocking that. But I'm just saying, with Jaquan as her fiance, I'm sure he helped her with, with proper eating and all that other kind of good stuff. So kudos to both of them on their weight loss journey and their beautiful positive attitude, because it's just outstanding. And it made me smile to see their success. It made me smile. It made me happy. Okay, so on here it says, what would have made today greater? A phone call from Nee saying that he found a way for me. Okay, and we're not going to get into that, but it's just oh, it's just it just is always the icing on the cake, no matter what the cake is. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so the best part of my day was, the whole day was the best. Everything went perfectly. And then reflection says, it makes me so happy to be in this state of mind. I'm not relying on Gary or I don't know what that other word is. I'm not relying on Gary or anyone to be the motivating factor, just Jesus and me. Okay. And like I said, this is a food book. This is a food diary. This is all about food. And what I mean by, not saying, like saying to Gary, you please don't eat this. Please don't bring this in the house because I'm weak. Today, I ordered Gary that mushroom and Swiss burger that he has been wanting from Hardee's. And now we know that I love mushroom and Swiss burger from Hardee's. So what I did was I ordered a double mushroom and Swiss burger. I took I took one of the burgers off of the sandwich, very little cheese, okay, just because of the fact that it's not dairy. And I put on some mushrooms and some onions, a little bit of ketchup, and I put it on my little tiny, and I mean the little miniature 0 carb mission tortillas that are 25 calories per tortilla, 7 total carbs, and then it breaks down to 0 net carbs. And I ate, I said I'm going to I can either eat 1 or I can eat 2. And I chose that to be my sandwich for the day, and I ate 2. So the only my total carbs that I had today was 17 carbs. But the net carb is 0. And that was it. And it felt weird, guys. It felt weird eating a burger with no fries. It felt weird. It felt like something was missing. And you guys know how much I love Hardee's crinkle cut fries. But I was like, nope, this is just how it's going to be. And you know what I used for a side dish? A big old pile of lettuce. A big old pile of lettuce as my side dish. And like I said, I'm not thinking about tomorrow. Because if I look at that, I'm like, man, ain't no way I'm going to be able to do that for the rest of my life. Lettuce as a side dish, come on, But I'm taking it meal by meal and moment by moment. And today I was able to eat a bunch of lettuce to go along as a side dish with the sandwich. And I've taken my lunch, my breakfast, my row of my breakfast vitamins, no nausea. For lunch, well, actually, it really wasn't lunch. It was a snack. For a snack, I had half of a chicken breast. That's it. Just half a chicken breast. I didn't have any lettuce with it. I didn't have nothing with it. I just ate half a chicken breast, and that was a snack. And with that snack, I went ahead and took row 2 of my vitamins. And so far, so good. No nausea. Oh, I did eat 2 pita chips, 2 small pita chips when I took the vitamin. And so all I have to do now is take row 3, which is my final row of vitamins, and I will have that with dinner. And I have no idea what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. I really don't. I'm going to have to look up and see what carbs is in the spaghetti. But I'm thinking that for dinner tonight, I'm just going to have smoked turkey breasts that I got from a pit grill. It's called Beefalo Bob's, and everything is pit beef, pit turkey, pit ham. So I got a whole pound of pit ham, and I mean pit turkey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get pit turkey, and I am going to put it on a salad with lettuce and tomatoes. Don't have any cucumbers, forgot to get them. So just that's what dinner is going to be. And if I feel the need, I'll take a couple of bites of my Atkins bar, So that's what the plan is. And we'll see how that is. So on here, this is day 2, and it says I am doing it. And then it says, I am looking forward to doing the right thing for myself. And I put doing the right thing that will please Jesus. And today's priorities is prayer, eating better, staying calm, and getting things done with ease. And my tea for tonight is 3 bags of Yogi's bedtime tea. Oh, not bedtime, stress. Lavender and honey stress release tea. And it works. It works. Okay. And so does the bedtime tea. But for me, I need 3 bags. 3 bags, no more than this amount of water. And the stronger it is, like the less water, the stronger the tea. So that's how the yogi teas work for me. But they definitely work. Okay, so evening here it says, how am I feeling? And so far, all my moods are cheerful. And this says, feeling good on the inside, feeling hopeful. People that I appreciate, those who have pressed hard and stayed in the fight and kept it real. Like Nisha and Amber, and various other people. What am I grateful for tonight? That today was a successful day, that I didn't have any bull crap that I had to deal with. I didn't have any stress that I had to deal with. I didn't have any phone calls that I had to make, and, no hassles. Nobody was coming to the house. Everything, that I had planned to do or that I did worked out smoothly. And then it says thoughts, that I am going to keep moving forward, one meal at a time, one moment at a time. And then that's it. Then we have day 3, and we have day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. And then at the end of day 7, you have your week of, and then it's highlights of the week. And this is your last and final page for that week. And then on here is where my prayer would be for the end of the week. And then here we start with the last week of April, or like, no, there'll be another week, I think 2 more weeks of April. So this would be week 3. This is, oh, let me see. This is week 3 of April. Okay. And so let me put the camera here so you guys can see. I use this instead of the overhead, so that way you guys can get a good, clear thing of what I had wrote. So that's what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to stop beating ourselves up and start picking ourselves up. Stopping and starting. And one meal at a time and one moment at a time. All right. Bye.